welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you are all okay. Today I am going to be bringing you a video on supplements, something that I have done previously, but I just wanted to kind of go through a couple of bits and bobs, what I use, what I think works for me, what I personally think doesn't work for me, and it might just give you a little bit of insight as to what you should be taking or what you think you should be taking. Just a disclaimer, you don't have to take anything. You can achieve your goals without supplements. But I know that sometimes, especially for example, something like a protein shake, sometimes you struggle to find things or fit things into your day, and these bits and bobs are just a little bit more convenient. Before I get into the video, I just want to say that I do have a MyProtein support link, which will be in the description below, and I do have a discount code, which is HEBIHIAM, so definitely use that on the website, as it will be a huge discount for you, and will definitely be worth you getting, especially if you do like the look of some of these pieces. Again, if you do enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are enjoying the videos that I am uploading, so that you don't miss any other videos from me. Thank you in advance. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So we're going straight in with protein. So I've got two proteins here that I want to show you, two that I use. So I'm starting with the MyProtein Impact Whey Isolate. There's multiple different types of protein that you can get, but this Impact Whey Isolate is slightly more expensive than just Impact Whey Protein. Basically, it's just a purer form of Impact Whey, so it is more expensive. It is a little bit smoother. I find it's easier to mix into things. But if you are just someone who is going to use just it now and then, I would always say that the Impact Whey Protein is absolutely fine. Or if it's something that you use every day, it is still absolutely fine. I just have opted for the slightly better version. Like I said, if you're getting natural protein through in your diet, having this or having Impact Whey Protein is not going to really make too much of a difference, as long as you are getting quite a good source of natural protein in it as well. So I use any type of, usually vanilla, protein for my oats, my pancakes, my shakes, obviously in smoothies, smoothie bowls, all of that kind of stuff. And I just find that vanilla is a good universal flavour to fit into all of that kind of stuff. Otherwise, I find that some flavours you get a little bit sick of, or some flavours just don't mix very nicely into certain things. So I would always recommend getting vanilla if you are a newbie. This has 22 grams of protein in, it is low fat and it is reduced sugar, so it's really easy to fit into your diet, especially if you're in a cutting phase. So that is the Impact Whey Isolate. Now, I'm sure everyone was anticipating or expecting me to pick this up. I'm gonna go through the Clear Whey Isolate, and this has been an absolute game changer, I'm sure, for many people, especially for MyProtein as a business. This is the peach tea flavour, which I think is one of my favourite. I also love the orange, I think it's orange and mango. I've heard apparently the mojito flavour is really nice. I've not tried that, and apparently watermelon is really good, which I also haven't tried. We have gone through a couple. Bitter lemon is also really nice. All the ones that I have tried, I have been pretty happy with. The orange and mango I find is quite strong, but it is still really delicious. But you literally just mix it with water, so it's like a squash consistency. The protein in it is 20 grams into just one shake, and it's really easy to drink. I find it's something that I quite often have if I work out first thing and I don't eat before I train. I'll have a protein shake before. It doesn't really matter when you take them. People do say there's a window, but it doesn't really matter, especially if you're just using it, like I said, just casually, then 100% you can have it whenever. This is something that I have before I go, because I just find that it fills me up, lines my stomach, and just gets me a little bit more prepared for my workout. So that is the Clear Whey Isolate from MyProtein, 100% a game changer for anyone who doesn't particularly like creamy shakes. Now, moving on to creatine. So this is just the unflavoured creatine, and a lot of people will just put this into their standard shakes. There's other ways of taking it, but just popping it into a shake because it's unflavoured is probably the easiest way to do it. You cannot taste it at all. There are some tablets you can take. MyProtein do have some kind of tabs and things like that if you prefer to take it in a tablet form. A lot of questions get asked about creatine monohydrate, and I'm just going to say creatine because everyone calls creatine. Creatine is the most researched supplement out there at the moment, which is why I wanted to bring it onto here. I don't use creatine very often. Matt uses it regularly. Basically, what creatine does is it will help us in gaining muscle. This doesn't mean that creatine directly grows muscle, because it doesn't, but it allows you to work harder and push harder in your workouts, which will then in turn allow you to gain muscle. Hopefully, fingers crossed. That has to be done with obviously sufficient food, that also needs to be done with sufficient sleep. So everything does tie into it, but creatine will always help. The only negative with creatine is it does allow you to retain a little bit more water, which for someone, especially if they're in a cutting phase, it might be a little bit uncomfortable for them. They might just feel like they can notice it, but it is definitely a supplement that is really highly recognized and highly recommended for a lot of people. So if you're questioning trying creatine, I would recommend to. People often ask how often to take it. It just depends. Every day is fine, every other day is also fine. You don't really have to cycle it, but if it is something that you do want to do, then obviously always ask someone before you try. But this is just the unflavored and it's really easy to mix into your shakes. Now I'm going to go ahead and talk about pre-workout. So I personally don't agree, I don't agree with pre-workout, as in my body doesn't agree with it. I'm happy for people to take it, whatever. I think it's a really good supplement to have. I just can't deal with it. My body just does not react very well. So pre-workout is essentially a caffeine-based supplement that will just allow you to push or just give you energy. It's like an energy drink basically. This pre-workout does also include beta-alanine, which so does this pre-workout gel. Now I don't get on very well with caffeine, which is why I don't take pre-workout. It just makes me really anxious, my heart races, and I just don't actually feel very well. I feel a little bit sick. But it also includes beta-alanine, both of these. And beta-alanine does make your face itch a little bit and can make you a little bit uncomfortable. It can make your face a little bit red as well, but most people get over that after they've taken it, kind of after a couple of minutes, or they get used to it and they're fine. So it's not anything to worry about, it's just part of the supplement. So this has 300 milligrams of caffeine in, and this has 221 milligrams of caffeine in. So this is called a caffeinated pre-workout gel with added amino acids, vitamins, and guarana extract. So it's tropical flavor. I do think these are actually really nice. They're really handy. You can just chuck them in your bag, really quick to take. This is something that you would just mix with a water and just have in a shaker, completely up to you. Most people will take it just before their workouts. Most people take it just before their workouts, obviously, to get them prepped. Pre-workout is 100% something that I would recommend. It's just something that I don't personally take because I can't deal with caffeine. Probably couldn't deal with the beta-alanine either because I just get anxious. Now, the good old protein bar. So this, I've chosen one of My Protein's best ones. This is one of their layered bars. My Protein's layered bars are really good for a protein bar. They are really tasty. Like this one has got like little fudge pieces on the top, which is just unbelievable. I just want to eat the fudge bits off the top all the time. 20 grams of protein and 2.4 grams of sugar. The only thing that I would say with protein bars, and not My Protein, just protein bars in general, they are usually quite high in calories. So let me just have a look at this one here. So this is 219, which is not terrible. Obviously it is really high in protein, so if you are struggling to fit protein in that day, then I would have this. I actually would rather have like a chocolate bar and have protein through my protein shake. It's completely up to you. Like, I don't really know, like a Freddo Frog is probably 99 calories. I would rather have 99 calories worth of a Freddo and then a protein shake on the side, just because that is me. I just prefer eating like an actual chocolate bar. But that doesn't mean that this is not something that will help you get through your diet. They also have some really nice protein brownies and baked cookies, which are also really good and highly recommend. Again, it's completely up to you, but these are super good. Now we're going to go on to BCAA drink. So this is the cherry cola BCAA drink from My Protein. So it comes in some cans. This also has 180 milligrams of caffeine in. So this is essentially a BCAA that is mixed with caffeine for you to have as like an energy drink, again, kind of prior to your workout. I do sometimes drink these, but only like half of one before my workout, or whilst I'm working out, I'll just sip on it as I go. BCAAs basically stands for branched chain amino acids, and it's basically the amino acids that our body doesn't naturally produce. So they are super good. There's not huge amounts of research on BCAAs as to whether they work or whether they are hugely beneficial. But the one thing about these drinks that I think is amazing is it then comes within caffeine. So you can have the branched chain amino acids plus your caffeine included, and then you're set to go. So if you're someone who prefers like an energy drink, these are really good. The same as the Command drinks in the blue raspberry. They are like energy drinks. They're from My Protein as well. Command blue raspberry. They are delicious. They are more yummy than these, but they don't have the BCAAs, and I don't think I will check that. But yeah, this is really good, but the research on BCAAs isn't huge, so I would definitely have a little think about whether you want to kind of spend your money on it. The only thing that I would say, as I said before, is this has caffeine in, so it's definitely worth it. Now, I know these aren't supplements, but these are two little things that I find are really helpful when I'm trying to kind of cut down or potentially look at fat loss. So I have got here the sugar-free syrup, and this is in the golden syrup flavour, and then I also have the Flavour Drops. Now guys, these Flavour Drops have literally changed my life. They go into yogurts, they go into coffee, they go into hot chocolate, they go into anything you want, and it just makes everything so much sweeter and so much more delicious. They are unreal. So these are literally like £2 if you get them with like the discount code. They are honestly amazing. This flavour is toffee, and I also have the vanilla. I've got the marzipan. There's loads of flavours you can choose from, and they all will go nicely in different things, and I honestly think they are a game changer, very similar to the Clear Whey Isolate. I've even seen people put these in their water just for like a flavoured water, obviously not toffee, like apple or cherry, whatever flavour they want to go for. But yes, so that is all that I have for today. Any questions that you have about any of these supplements, please just let me know. I hope this has cleared some questions up, because a lot of people ask on my Instagram, what supplements should I be taking? And I feel like I've gone through everything right now. So hopefully that should be a little bit more self-explanatory for you guys. Thank you so much again for watching this video, and I will speak to you all again super soon. Bye.